You talked about speaking up and the importance of being able to speak up and get your voice heard. And one of the examples was like somebody wanting to ask for a raise or wanting to ask for a different position and all that kind of stuff. But lots of people are afraid to ask for that kind of stuff because they're thinking, if I get a no, I might also be put into this box where I'm going to be frowned upon or looked at differently or treated differently. So how would you advise those people to ask and present those tough situations or tough discussions without getting put into those boxes where they're afraid that they'll never get another chance?
Thank you for bringing that up, because this is something that passions me a lot. I've got 2 conferences about speaking up, and I often give it to executives and leaders, and I tell them this point blank, Fong. That's how they stop innovation and growth in their organization. Mm-hmm. When you have an environment and a culture where employees, be it on the first floor to the 10th floor of an organization, and they don't feel that they can speak up or that they can share an idea or a spark that they just had, that's what kills organizations. That's where there's no more ideas that are shared. That's when conversations create silos where people are divided and are working either for their compensation plan, or they're working just for their funnel, or they're working just for their team and their interests and what's in it for them at the end of the day. That is culture shifting that needs to happen. And something that I learned a long time ago, and I have a conference on that, and it's called The Napkin. I started this conference when I was working in advertising agencies. In those days, used to have long lunches, and sometimes in Montreal with wine. And you'd be with the clients and you would, I'd write something down on my napkin and say, hey, what do you think of this idea? And it's, well, they either would tear it down right away or say, wait a minute, let's think about this. Let's do something. And that would get the juices going creatively. And that's where innovation starts. Today, what I've seen in so many organizations, and it's sad, you have somebody working on something, example, a PowerPoint. They need to present an idea or their strategy for 2022. Well, sometimes they're up to their 8th version and have not shared it with anyone, and they worked in their silo. And then they're all disappointed when it's not accepted or not appreciated. That is not agile. Agile is when you have an idea, you have something that you want to target, and you start cutting it up in little pieces, but sharing and talking about it immediately. So you'll know, first of all, if you have buy-in or if you don't. And that is where I find that organizations and executives need to get on the bandwagon, and fast. They need to create a culture and an environment where people feel trust. They feel that they can speak up. And when you have employees that know how to speak up, they don't speak up negatively. They start speaking up positively, and that's how they elevate an organization. And that is monumental for growth for organizations and innovation.